Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Warthog, Warsaw Pact 6.1. First off, before we go into anything else, well, never mind then. I was going to introduce the new Assistant Chief of Staff, or the Deputy Assistant Chief of Staff, but he appears to be in conference and can't be disturbed. So, tech, PGM, AMD, long-range missiles, chemical. Same story again. Yes for PGM and no for the others. So Warsaw Pact is now at stage 3 of PGM. Their scientists have surpassed the Soviets in that regard. Okay, next up, there's no global operations for them. I don't think we're doing any. No, so next up is going to be purchase. That's pretty simple. They're spending 18 and saving 1. They're buying 2 MBTs, a next-gen MBT, and an attack chopper. Since, well, wait, they can't do that yet, can? Nope. They can't do that yet because they're not at war yet. They can't declare war until combat movement, so they don't get to produce missiles this turn. But there we go, we give it away. Warsaw Pact is declaring war on NATO. They're not just going to talk about it, they're going to do it. So, we are going to have an attack from northern Yugoslavia into Veneto. 2 early-gen fighters from Romania, 1-2, will go in there to support the attack. And the forces in West Czechoslovakia are going to attack Bavaria. The air that you see here will be going into the attack, as well as the 2 ASFs and the medium bomber from Romania will fly 1, 2, 3, 4 to join that attack. Then the ground forces in West Czechoslovakia are right here. The artillery will be shooting chemical. Then the forces, oh, this thing just gets out of balance so damn easy. I don't know what in the world I need to tighten up, but something here just isn't working very good. Forces in East Germany are attacking northern Germany. And there they are on this card here. Again, the artillery will be shooting chemical. And then finally, the SSN in A12 is shooting a cruise missile into Denmark on a surgical strike. The major air base in East Germany, with its GCLM +1 movement bonus, 1-2 shoots a cruise missile into Denmark in a surgical strike. And that's combat movement. There. Oh, they're thinking about it. Okay, they're going to do it. We're going to add a combat movement on the fly here. Portugal is going to attack northwest Spain. They're going to do so with the attack chopper, the early gen fighter, the 2 field artillery, and the MBT. And the field artillery will, and this early gen fighter on the Azores will fly 1-2 in there to join the attack as well. The field artillery will shoot chemical. So the SAM and the 3 light infantry are going to remain behind. Where'd you get that from? You are not supposed to have that. Yeah, that's me correcting the Deputy Assistant Chief of Staff for a protocol violation. There he is, newest member of the staff. Okay, so let's do let's do the cruise missile attack in Denmark first. So NATO has a SAM there, and yes, they have completed AMD, so they get missile defense and miss. 2 cruise missiles coming in for 1 hit. The Warsaw Pact doesn't get target select because they haven't completed PGM, and they don't get to have spy satellites. So NATO's going to take the field artillery as the casualty. All right, next I think we will do the attack into northwest Spain. So we've got, I'm not going to battle board it. We have 2 field artillery and actually I think Extremadura is not mountain territory, but I think northwest Spain is. No, actually it's not. Okay, so there's no terrain penalty in northwest Spain. So 2 field artillery shooting chemical. Yeah. Look at that. There's 3 hits. Who in the world would have thought that? 3 hits. Well, there's only 2 defenders. First strike takes them out. And Warsaw Pact captures northwest Spain without loss. Who would have thunk it? Okay, get that roundel on there. Yeah, that puts a different spin on things on the old Iberian Peninsula now. Okay, for the next ones, I'm going to get the auxiliary tray over here and do it on this side where I've got everything. And so I don't believe we're going to need the boards. Okay, we'll do Veneto first. There's no first strike. There's no scramble available. So one of the spags is remaining behind. One spag is going forward with the attack package and going to the retirement box. The other spag is staying in northern Yugoslavia. So there's 2 early gen MBTs and the early gen MBTs are yellow. That's how I got them color coded, so I won't have any trouble remembering. And then the other 4 dice are MBTs. And I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive Veneto is mountain, but again, because of the poor color contrast, I cannot see it. If I don't know, see, it's a good thing I checked. Veneto is not mountain terrain. There's only a mountain border with Austria. Just a second, I gotta chase down the deputy assistant chief, getting stuff in his mouth he doesn't need to have. Okay, so again, these 2 are the early gens, these are the MBTs. Okay, there is 1 hit out of all that. And then there are 2 early gen fighters. 2 more hits, total of 3. Now we have, oh wait, the defending self-propelled artillery does get first strike. And of course he gets a hit. All right, I'm not gonna sweat it. We're just gonna put a hit on one of the early gen MBTs. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to sweat it. Okay, so there was that first strike, and then 2 mechs defend. Okay, so for nothing. So there was 3 hits by the attacker in total, and there were 3 defenders in total. So that's that. And Warsaw Pact captures Veneto. Get a roundel on there. And that is going to give Warsaw Pact a land battle star. I'll adjust income when I'm all done with combat. Okay, so there's the roundel in place. Okay, next we have the fight in Bavaria. And this one has 2 field artillery and 1 self-propelled with chemical. So there's 2 field artillery. I'll do them separate. Here's 2 field artillery for 1 hit, and that's disruption. Let's see, did I miss? No, there wasn't. That's or did I mess up over there? No, I didn't. I didn't say it right, but in Northwest Spain, the first chemical hit was disruption, but then there were 2 more hits on top of that to actually take out the defenders. So this chemical hit causes disruption. And now the self-propelled gets its chemical shot. And there is another chemical hit there. So that is going to inflict 1 first strike casualty, which NATO is going to take on the SAM. But since it's also first strike, it still gets to shoot. So here's its 3 shots. And 3 misses. Okay, now we have got four early gen MBTs for nothing. Then we have an early gen fighter for nothing. We have an MBT that's cocked. Okay, there is 1 land target, so it doesn't matter land target select, there's only 1 target. There is 1 hit there. Now we've got 2 attack choppers for nothing. And then we have NATO elected not to scramble anything into Barrera. I forgot to mention that. Now we've got a fighter. Oh no, medium bomber first. That's a miss. The ASFs are in the box because they don't have any targets. Now we got a fighter. Miss. And 2 attack bombers for 1 hit. 2 hits in total by the attacker. Okay, the defender is now 4 next gen MBTs. And they get absolutely nothing. Whew. Okay, there's 2 defenders left. So let's go high this time. 2 attack bombers for 1 hit. Fighter. Okay, there is the second hit. Now we have 2 defenders for nothing and nothing. Ooh, bad shooting by NATO. Very bad shooting by NATO. Put the roundel on there, move that up there. All right, now we go into northern Germany. We have 3 self-propelled artillery shooting chemical. For a whole lot of nothing. All right. Now we've got 2 early gen MBTs. Nothing. We have 6 MBTs. One hit. We've got 2 air cabs. There's a second hit. And then 2 next gen MBTs. Again, NATO elected not to scramble anything. Next gen MBT's got 1 hit for a total of 3. Oh, I forgot to give, well, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to give the defending SAM its first strike. And it didn't get anything. Okay. So now we have 4 next gen MBTs. Wow, NATO gunnery is awful. They hit nothing again. All right, so 3 casualties are going to be the SAM and 2 next gen MBTs. All right, this time we'll go high to low. 2 next gen MBTs attacking. And there are 2 hits, a 2 and a 5. So now we have 2 defending for nothing again. Jeez. That is just pathetic. These NATO boys need to be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed. Okay, so here it is. Northern Germany, Bavaria, and Veneto have all been captured. That's 367 IPP. So, Warsaw Pact goes up 7 to 26. NATO, which went up to there when war was declared on them, comes down 7 to 49. And then there are 2 more land battle stars for NATO, or for Warsaw Pact. 2 more land battle stars. And that's it for combat resolution. Non-combat movement. Libya is going to move this next gen MBT over here to East Libya. And they're also going to move light infantry over here. Change that to green. All right. The air, let's see, no, the air cannot all fly back where it came from. The air from the Bavaria fight lands back here in West Czechoslovakia, along with the medium bomber and the 2 ASFs that went over there. These 2 early gen fighters from the Veneto battle land in Hungary. Actually, no, they're not going to land in Hungary. They're going to land down here in southern Yugoslavia. They could still do it because they went 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. They're going to land down there. And I think that's going to be it for non-combat. 1 second. Okay, now we're done with non-combat, so we're placing units. So the first thing we'll do get everything picked up here. That's the first thing we'll do. The two MBTs go in Portugal. And then the attack chopper is going to go down here in southern Yugoslavia. And the next gen MBT will go in East Germany. Okay, that's it for unit placement. And we're collecting money. So Warsaw Pact is up to 26 on the chart. And bonuses. One for the Azores, one for Portugal, one for northern Yugoslavia, one for northwest Spain, and that's it. No! Stop it! Yeah, this new puppy was my wife's idea. Okay, so that's 30 plus the one they saved makes 31 in the bank for next turn. And then what do we got here? We have 7 battle stars in the bank as well. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.